Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Career Launch. As always, I'm Mr. Matt. Today, we're specifically talking about careers in STEM. Now, when we think about a potential career, what are some important factors that we consider? As we've discussed before on Career Launch, the type of work, the salary, work-life balance, what your typical day looks like, the work environment itself. Are you working in an office? Are you a park ranger, so you're outdoors all day? Are you on the road all day? Are you traveling a lot? Are you sort of working out of your car? What are the opportunities for career advancement? And what is the industry like? Are you going into a field that's on the rise or on the decline? All those factors contribute to your decision making when it comes to a potential career. Now, when we think about STEM, what are some rumors, myths, stereotypes that we've heard about STEM careers before? We've heard everything from they're boring, they're not fun, they're only meant for men, it's scientists, it's for people who don't like to socialize, too complicated. Heard all these nonsense rumors before. The truth couldn't be further from any of that. So let's touch on a couple of facts about STEM, all right? STEM, while we think of STEM workers as being a highly educated field, over a third of all of the STEM workforce doesn't have a bachelor's degree. They've got associates or a high school diploma. Over a third. So the idea that you have to have a doctorate or this high-level degree to work in STEM isn't necessarily true. There are other paths that you can follow. It's also important to recognize that women make up a significant percentage of certain STEM fields, particularly in the healthcare industry. All right, 3/4 of, so that's 75% of all healthcare practitioners, technicians are women. So the idea that STEM is not for women just isn't true. And in fact, women are on the rise in several of the major STEM sort of subcategories then. Because obviously we have science, technology, engineering, math, but within STEM, there's a lot in terms of the healthcare field, aerospace, the list goes on for quite a while. They talk about STEM. There is something for everybody in STEM. Whether you want to be scientist, the white lab coat on with beakers and making things boil over, whether you want to be trying to explore space, you want to be working on the latest of the green technologies of how to make a cleaner planet, whether you want to work in healthcare, whether you want to work in political science and you want to work in sort of politics and government, the field is enormous, and there really is an opportunity there if you look for it. So let's touch on some advantages about a STEM career, all right? Future opportunities, in flexibility, right? We talk about transferable skills all the time. Well, in STEM, you could get a career, you could get a degree in chemical engineering, or I'd say you could get a degree in engineering. That could be in thermal energy, that could be in chemical engineering, that could be in computer science, it could be environmental science. You could get a major in meteorology, but you end up working for Boeing. You end up working for NASA. You end up being a meteorologist. There's all types of degrees that you can get with the skills you learn in STEM majors. Learning how to collect and analyze data. That makes you qualified to be a political scientist. That could be something more along the math route, like a mathematician. There's a lot of opportunities here, guys, and it's really important to consider these, especially for this next point that I know will catch a lot of people's attention, compensation. STEM careers are amongst the highest in initial compensation for college graduates, right? These graduates earn, on average, 87% more than the average salary of a non-STEM graduate. We're going to get into salaries in a minute just to give you guys a sense of some of the numbers here. Let's think about personal satisfaction with your job and sort of your societal impact. A lot of people go into childcare, go into education because they want to help people. They go into human services, right? They want to serve others. That's sort of the embodiment of what STEM is. It's service to our world, to our society, making the world a better place. Whether that's you go to work for Apple and you want to change the world. You want to design the new iPhone, the new Apple Watch. I say this all the time. Somebody at Apple decided that they were going to add a feature. They were going to invent this feature in the Apple Watch for fall detection. That might sound like not a big deal to some of you guys, but think about someone who might be elderly or disabled. A fall, that could be life-threatening for them. Apple Watches come with a feature now that can detect a fall. And if you don't respond to your watch within 2-3 minutes, 911 is notified. The watch has been credited with saving people's lives. So someone at Apple, a team at Apple, is responsible for that technology. There are scientists right now around the world working on a COVID-19 vaccine. They're changing the world. Exploring space, trying to answer the question of, are we alone? Where is there extraterrestrial life? So STEM offers incredible opportunities for career advancement, compensation, the money that you can make, the flexibility of industry, making a huge impact on society. And think about job security. No job is 100% secure. We know this. But the STEM fields are on the rise. Every sector is growing in terms of technology and engineering, mathematics, science. These areas are taking off. And we're going to take a look at some of that growth right now. U.S. News put this out about a year ago. Almost a year and a half ago. And these are some top STEM careers in terms of growth from now until the year 2026, and along with the average salary. So we're going to go through a couple of these just to give you guys a sense of some of the diversity of options here in STEM. Computer Systems Administrator. This is someone who ensures that networks perform as designed, helping to install and support various communication tools. Average salary, $81,000, 6% growth expected over the next 6 years. So not enormous growth, but certainly some. Better to be growing than declining. Computer Network Architect. Another one. This one's almost $105,000. Average salary, 6% growth. See if we get there we go. Web developers. Creating websites, doing the upkeep on them, working on the front end or back end, 15% growth. Still great salary there, $68,000. Database administrator, 11% growth, $87,000 average salary. Political scientist, only 3% growth, but look at the average salary. Now, this is a very different type of scientist, right? We're not in a lab with the white coat on. This is studying elections, polling data, researching the implications that laws have on society and different organizations. School psychologist, 14% growth. Mechanical engineer. Here's one. IT security analyst. We all know that every year that passes, as a country, as a world, we see, when it comes to global threats, an increase in cyber attacks. So cybersecurity needs have never been higher, and they will only continue to get higher every year that passes. It's an exciting field, ever-changing, can make really good money doing it. And look at the growth. Almost 30% job growth is expected. So a lot of opportunities in cybersecurity. I highly recommend you guys check it out. My older brother does some work in cybersecurity, and some of the stories he tells, some things he's working on are just awesome. So I highly recommend that for you guys. Psychologist, again, another $100,000 average salary, over 10% growth. Let's see if we can get another big one here. Operations research analyst. These are people who are doing data mining and mathematical models. Again, data analysis. This is helping companies operate more efficiently, which is saving them money. Hence why you can make such a great salary, and look at the growth that's expected. This is where analytics come in. And something I want to quickly mention here about analytics. A lot of sports fans out there. A lot of sports organizations are hiring analysts to study the numbers behind their team and how to improve. It used to be you always wanted to go after the players that were just the best in a certain stat category. In basketball, who scores the most points, who gets the most rebounds, most assists. Those are the best players automatically. Baseball, who hit the most home runs, who had the most, highest batting average. Those are the best players. Pitchers, most strikeouts. That's all that mattered. Then analytics was introduced to sports. And now sports teams are more trying to build the best team. That doesn't necessarily mean, especially from a budget standpoint, that you're signing the most talented player strictly by numbers. You're finding what's a fit for your team. Teams are looking at analytics in sports now, looking at the amount of percentage that a guy will shoot from three standing still, off the dribble, on the right side, the left side. They use all that data to bring in free agents, use it in their draft picks to build a championship team. So analytics, data analysis, this stuff exists far beyond what you might think of typical science, math, engineering, technology fields. This exists into politics and government. It exists into big business, sports. It's everywhere. So the big takeaways today, guys, STEM fields, they're very exciting. It's a changing world, and they're at the center of it. A lot of job security, a lot of potential growth, great compensation, a lot of flexibility there, especially if you're somebody who is thinking about how they want to build their life and the type of lifestyle they want to have. Please, guys, consider a STEM field. There's so much to be found there. There really is truly something for everyone. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys are staying well. Join us next time. We have Career Launch every Thursday on our virtual club. I hope to see you guys there. Stay well.